Hey guys, Mr. Dixon, the go-to guy for all things real estate in Southern California. DRE number 01251802. Got a new offer for you guys. I know it's a lot of people out there that want to sell your home, right? And some of you want to sell and you need to sell. And then some of you are just, well, I'll sell for the right price if I can get this number or that number, right? So listen, I will sell your home if you're in California, if you're in Southern California specifically. I will sell your home in 2 weeks or less. Yes, that's right. I will sell your home in 2 weeks or less. I'm making this video because when I projected this out there to the real estate community, some of the questions I got were not from people that want to sell their home, of course, from the people that are sitting on the sideline watching life go past and just how you want to know how you a person does everything. Listen, guys, if I have been doing this for over 2 decades and I don't know how to sell a house by now, I shouldn't be selling real estate, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go over some of the points, and this will help some of you sellers out there who don't want to use my services but want to sell their home. But they don't want to go through the process of getting the appraisal, getting the inspection, getting the And we're back live. Sorry about that, guys. We had a few technical difficulties, but we'll work that out, and now we are back. So I'm going to sell your home in 2 weeks or less, and you want to know how am I going to do it? How's that possible, right? First of all, before I take the listing, right? And oh, here's the caveat to me selling your home in 2 weeks or less. If I don't sell your home in 2 weeks or less, I will buy it. Now, terms and conditions come along with that. Terms and conditions to be agreed upon in order for me to buy, because I don't want your house, to be honest with you, right? And if I bought your house, it's going to be under investor terms. Not going to be that person that's coming in and fell in love with your house and think it's the end all to be all and they have to have it. That it's not me. So if I buy your house, terms and conditions apply. Get that stated up front. Now, selling your house in 2 weeks is easy. If your house is ready to sell, number one, okay, this is what we're going to call this: how to sell your home in 2 weeks, right? That's how we're going to do it. How we going to do it? You want to know how? I'm telling you how. Number one, we got to make sure your home is ready to sell. Make sure home ready to sell. Okay. How do we do that? First thing first, we got to do a walkthrough. We got to pull up, not as the homeowner. We got to go get in the car, drive around the block, and we're going to pull up, not as the homeowner, but we're going to pull up as the home buyer. We're going to do a couple things first, right? Before we pull up. Me, I'm going to walk you through this process. I'm going to have the comps in the area for the homes that sold in your immediate area and what they sold for. And we're going to hopefully try to find a home that's comparable to yours, right? Maybe same size square footage, uh, bed, bath count, that sort of thing. But then we're going to drive around and see the homes that sold that are comparable to your home. We're going to identify what they sold for, and we're going to point out the pros and cons of these houses just looking at them. Is this house totally remodeled? Does it have curb appeal? Is it landscape? Is it painted? Is it nice? Is it neat? Or is it a fixer? Or are they remodeling it? Or is the house look nice but the lawn is horrible? We're gonna go through that part of it, right? Then we're gonna, after viewing those homes, we're gonna come back. We're gonna pull up in front of your home, not as you the home seller, but you're the home buyer. First thing we're gonna look at curb appeal. What does the house look like aesthetically from the outside? What does the yard look like? What does the driveway look like? Is the fence falling down? Is the gate broke? We're going to look at all these things because these are the things that a home buyer is going to be evaluating. And we want to take away all the buts. What I mean that is, we want to, what I like to say, get your big butt out the way. This is what I call get your big butt out the way, right? And what I mean by that is, it's like when a person goes and looks at a home and they say, it's nice, but the house, the bedrooms are big, but the kitchen's small. I like it, but the bathroom is dated. So we want to walk through the house, remove the butts. One of the biggest things about is we need to declutter. A lot of homes I see need to be decluttered. I mean, you got stuff everywhere. Now, you're thinking about this as to you, your home has sentimental value to you because you've lived there this way, you possibly raised your kids, had all the holiday meals and things like this. It could have been a gathering spot for your family. This could have been just your sanctuary, right? Your home is your castle. This was your castle. And you was king or queen of the castle, right? Now, that's how you feel about the property. The person buying the property doesn't feel that way, right? They're trying to get the absolute max for the money. They're trying to get the most they can get for their money, right? So when they're walking through your home, it needs to flow. You need to get rid of the clutter. If you have pets on open houses and showings, pets need to be away. Get the pets away. Get the pet smell away. The house needs to be clean and fresh. I don't mean you have to go in there and if your budget doesn't allow you to go in and remodel and touch up and things like that, then it is what it is, right? But you want to get rid of the clutter, make everything nice and neat, have it clean for a showing. No trash, no paper, no clothes thrown all everywhere. Now, if it has a laundry room, no clothes in the wash machine and dryer. Because buyers, they're gonna look at everything, right? So that's number one. No clutter. You want it crisp and clean from the outside to the inside. You want curb appeal. You want to walk in. You want to be able to move around. It, like I said, it doesn't have to be remodeled, but at least have it clean and neat and smelling fresh. Febreze, candles go a long way, right? Now, that's the number one part of it. Number two, which could be number 1A, before you put this home on the market, spend a little money, guys. Get a home inspection. Because here's what's going to happen. The person that's going to purchase your home, they're going to get a home inspection. They're going to pay. And that home inspector is going to go through. He's going to check the plumbing, the electrical. He's going to climb up in the attic. He's going to go up on the roof. He's going to go into the house. He's going to check water pressure. He's going to check all these things, right? So if you know any flaws or deficiencies you have in your house, you can fix them or at least be aware of them. Because a person will make a deal with you, go in escrow, then they have an inspection period. Anywhere from 3 to 5 days to 10 days, whatever the inspection period is you guys agree on. And that time he's gonna have a home, he or she gonna have a home buyer come out, have a home inspector come out and inspect the home. Now, if this home inspector finds a lot of things that's wrong, it could kill your deal. It could kill your deal. So it's best for you to get on top of it and know what's going on as opposed to get hit out the blue. Well, yeah, we got a great deal and we'll stay in escrow if you agree to fix a laundry list of stuff or credit a large amount of money for the new homeowner to come in and repair all these things that they feel are deficient, right? So that's 1A. Number 2, you got to price the property right. You have to. Here's the problem. A lot of people like to do this. They like to, let's say, everybody wants to price their property on the high end. Now, you really got 3 prices in real estate, right? You got the dream price, your ideal price. If everything was perfect and the stars align and the sunshine and rainbows on a perfect day in a perfect world, you get the absolute max for your property. That very rarely happens, especially in a market where interest rates are rising or interest rates have risen. When interest rates were dirt cheap and everybody could afford anything, it stimulated competition, so sellers were getting overpriced what they wanted, right? So now we're not in that time frame no more. We're not in that season anymore. It's really not a buyer or seller season. It's a normal real estate market right now. The competition is not that high. The people that want to buy want to buy. The people who want to sell. Nobody's pretty much paying over sticker like a car. It's not gonna happen. Not right now. Interest rates too high. Money costs too much. So now, pricing your home has to be correct. You got like I say, it's 3 price points. You got the ideal price point, which is the highest. You got the investor price point, which is the lowest. And then you got what's average, what's reasonable, what can be negotiated. That's where you're going to fall at. You're going to fall there, right? So if your property but if you price it right, and you're willing to be flexible, you gotta have the numbers in your head. You gotta have that number in your head that this is the number that I really want. This is the number that I accept, and this is the number. This is my rock bottom number. I'm not going under this number. That's including any concessions that you might want to make, like pay closing costs, credit money for repairs, or you may not want to do any of that. That's your choice, right? So all of those things have to be worked out. They have to be worked out before I take the listing, because I'm not going to waste your time and I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to use your home. Some agents use your home as a marketing tool. I don't want to use your home as a marketing tool. I want to sell your property. That's why I want to work with the people that want to work with me. If you want to sell it, it's going to be sold. If you want to sell it, I want to get it sold. And there's no time like the present, especially if you need to sell. You're in a situation where you need to sell, you're in foreclosure, probate, somebody died, it's some extenuating circumstances behind the scene, you just want to cash out, you want to be done, I got you. Investors and buyers, I'm an investor myself, got investors, buyers, tons of money. There's tons of money out there for the right deal, right? And every home has a buyer. Contrary to popular belief, every home has a buyer. There is a buyer for every home on the planet. And it's my job to connect that buyer to this home that we're selling. But we got to price it right. We got to either have it ready to go for the sale, or we selling it as a bread and butter property, a beautiful property ready to go, no issues, no concerns, or we selling it as it needs a little TLC, or we selling it as a fixer. And we have to price it accordingly, right? That's the second thing. Now, the third thing is, if you want to move a house quick, have concessions in mind, especially if you're the person that you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to paint the house. You don't want to spruce the house. If you just want to sell the house as is, you don't want to do nothing. Well, have some concessions in mind. How much are you willing to pay closing costs? A big thing now is helping the buyer with their interest rate, doing a credit for a buy down on their interest rate so their payment can be lower. That's real attractive right now to help buyers buy homes. So that's the third thing you can do. Keep that in mind. So that's the way we sell it in 2 weeks or less. When we say sell it in 2 weeks or less, we mean put it in escrow. Now, once we got it ready to go, we got contracts signed, we're ready to go, I shoot it out to I do a massive marketing campaign, social media, all the people I know, investors. First, once I know what type of property this is it a full market value? Is it a fixer? Is it investor friendly? Is it a good deal for the first time home buyer? Once I know which direction we can go in, then we tailor the marketing campaign for that. Now, once we're ready to go, we have a Rockstar open house, and after that, it's going to be gone. That's the way I operate. That's the way I work. 2 weeks or less. I don't have time to waste. Neither you. Neither do you. So if you're ready to go, I'm ready to get you gone. Now, that's how we do it in 2 weeks or less. If you guys got any questions, give me a call. 323-402-0700. That's the office number. You can email me, Gregory Dixon at Alpha Elite Capital or Gregory Dixon INC at yahoo.com. You can DM me. Follow me on Instagram, Gregory Dixon Official, or follow the company on Instagram, Alpha Elite Capital. DM me, send me a text, send me an email. You can reach me direct, 323-477-2684. Send me a text. I respond quickly to texts. Send me a text because it's the easiest thing to respond to. 323-477-2684. You guys see it? See it right over my shoulder? See it right over my shoulder? Right there. See it? 323-477-2684. Shoot me a text. Got any questions? Hey, I'll be more than happy. Consultation is free. It don't cost you nothing. If you got some questions, feel free. Call me up, text, DM, whatever. Any question you got, I'll be more than happy to help you. Like I say, I've been doing this over 2 decades. And if you really want to sell, you're ready to sell right now, give me a call. Peace.